Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. So, happy Vlogtober, but we can't forget about our notary documents. So we're gonna go ahead and get into some notary documents. We still got to learn, people. Let's get into it. Today we're gonna be discussing a prenuptial agreement. This is not the only prenuptial agreement you will see. There are many different kinds of prenups. Basically, most of them are drawn up by an attorney. Because, to be honest with you, if you don't have the finances to get this drawn up by an attorney, you probably don't need a prenup, right? Either way, the prenuptial agreement is between the two people, and you would validate their identification. And you would just know that some of them are already typed up and ready to go, and they're basically just going to initial and agree at the end, and you'll notarize it. Others are fill in the blank, so it gives them a little more wiggle room to write their wishes. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and get into this one. Now, the date definitely should be like one of the first things that's on the prenup, and it needs to be the day that you're actually signing it. And if it is not the day that you're actually signing it and notarizing it, then you need to draw one line through it and write the correct date at the top. So then you will decide who the parties are, which will be the two individuals that showed you their identification. They're going to put their address, and if they live apart at the time of signing this agreement, they're going to put their current address, which is apart. Now, if they already live together, then they can put their address where they live together. And then you'll come down and you'll just basically decide whether they have children or they don't have children. Have they been married before? Have one of them been married? So it's just basically filling in the blanks and choosing which one is applicable for each person. So then you would come here and you would just basically have them look and figure out which one is the right answer for them. But then when you see it says check one, you can't leave that blank. You have to check one of them. So they want one of them. And then if they don't have anything in these optional spaces, if they don't want to put anything, they need to put NA. You're not going to leave any blanks on this document because you don't want to leave room for somebody to put something in later after this has been certified, okay? So you'll just keep going. And I've done prenups that were 2 pages, to be honest with you. So, and some are extremely long, like a book. So it just depends on the person. And once again, NA in any space, you see it says optional. So if they don't choose to write in here, NA needs to be there. So once all of the documents are completed, you need to go back and check every page to make sure that something is in every spot. And then this here is basically just their wishes on marital property and percentages. And basically, this is all their choices. This is basically nothing to do with you. This is them deciding. And this is just basically about their debts, acquired during marriage, after marriage, and what their wishes are. I've actually been doing one of these documents before, and the couple looked to me to explain what a portion of it meant. I was kind of surprised, but I read it and just kind of gave them my best guess. But I did let them know that I am not an attorney. So if they have any specific questions, they need to direct them to the attorney. But I gave them my best guess, and that was good enough. So then you'll go here, you talk about any kind of disabilities that will come about during their marriage. And this is basically their rights far as death, if one of them die. And so if they want any other things to go about upon their death, then they can write whatever they want here. whether it's about the children or anything like that. Let's see. And then you see right here, it says the last will and testament of the person that passes away shall take control. So this is the prenup. But if any one of them get a will, that's going to trump this. So then you'll go ahead, keep going, whatever state you're in. So I'm in Florida, so I put Florida. But if you're in a different state, you'll put a different state. And then here for disputes, you'll put the state of Florida again. And this is if somebody brings legal action. So basically, if they call you for this appointment, they've already looked over these documents. They already know their wishes. So they're basically just going to go over it. The time when I had to answer a question is when I printed out a prenup, something like this, and they had to, it was their first time seeing it. So that's not a norm. And so you'll just keep going. And after they finish, they're going to go ahead and sign their names. They're going to print their names. And then it'll be your time. You'll go ahead and you'll write your state, your county, the day you guys are completing this document, which it should be the same date throughout this entire document. And when you see two spots like this, that means they want both people to sign individually. So you're notarizing each person's signatures separately. So you will put their name, you'll print it, and they're going to sign. So that person is going to sign, and then you'll sign because you're going to notarize it and put your commission expiration date. And you're going to stamp it here. One stamp is not enough. You need to stamp both spots. So because that stamp is notarizing that person's signature. You're going to come down further. Once again, Florida, Hillsborough, so state and county. You're going to go ahead and put the date again. And that second person's name will go here, printed. That person will go ahead and sign. You as the notary would sign your commission expiration date, and then you would stamp again. So remember, one stamp is not sufficient. You need to stamp both spots in both of them. Whenever you see more than one, it's requiring more than one stamp and more than one person's name. Okay? And basically, this is the end of this document. This document is not hard at all because basically most of this is all the two people getting their wishes down on paper. And like I said, most of the time it's drawn up by an attorney. So it's pretty much just initialing and sometimes putting percentages. But then other times they will have blank spots where there's lines under questions in order for them to put any kind of optional decisions that they want to put there. And I would just have them initial just to be safe. And that's pretty much it. That is the end of this document. And I'll just say, just look for more because twice a week we'll be putting out more documents. Thank you so much. And you guys have a great rest of your day.